But you've balanced the books. You've run a business. You've had employees. What is it like when the small business tax credit gets diminished like it has been, and how does that prevent like the economy from growing?
We spend 16% of our budget on health insurance right now.
Your business.
Our business, that's of our 16% of our expenses are in health care alone. I mean, we spend more money than any other industrialized country on health care, and we still have
the least returns.
The least return for it, so there's got to be a better way. And there's a lot of work that we need to do to make sure that health insurance covers everyone in this country, leaves no segment of the population behind, even if they're unemployed, that is portable. You know, I have seen the impact of people who we have tried to, good people who want to join our company, but can't afford to leave the big company that they're working for because they have a pre-existing condition and they get good health care with them. So I think it really, it affects the entrepreneurship in this country as well.
And when you compare that to other countries that we're in competition with internationally, where you have healthcare that is portable, people can go and start up a new business. They can change jobs if they need to. They're not. We have people that could be sitting on a great idea for the next widget or .com or something that could employ thousands of people. But because their child has asthma, they won't leave their job.
They can't leave their job.
It's not that it's exactly they can't take the chance of losing their health insurance. And it's time for the Colorado citizenry to take back their government and get involved. And I think that people who have not voted before are turning out in record numbers to register to vote, to find out more about their candidates, and actually do something to take back their government. And with you coming into office, I think we're going to have some chances for economic growth and vitality through renewable energy, giving the farmers a break on what they trade for, and one of the things I heard Barack Obama saying he was going to give $1,000 tax rebate for heating and oil and just transportation. And in rural parts of the country, especially like CD4 out in the Eastern Plains and the Southeast, this is an opportunity to embrace a new path to economic sustainability, where we listen to new leadership, to people that have a new vision for what we need to embrace to bring better jobs and better economic sustainability to Colorado.
And the price of gas has impacted everyone, and has had a lot of unintended impacts as well. But the wind industry has really been so great for Logan County because it's put a lot of money into the county coffers that go to fund other county services. There's 2 large wind farms in the northern part of Logan County, Pete's, and also Spring Canyon Wind Farm, and it's just been bringing a lot of money into some. I was talking to one rancher who's up by Pete's, Colorado, and he says he gets, he loves getting that check every year from Excel, and he gets money for having those wind turbines on his property. He can still raise his cattle there, so it's a great source of economic development for the eastern counties. We need to pursue increased domestic drilling as well, not in environmentally sensitive areas, but in order to reduce our dependence on foreign oil, we're going to have to produce more of our oil in this country. But I think in the long term, it's always going to be cheaper to save energy than to create more, so we're going to have to reduce our consumption of fossil fuels. And right now, investment in renewable energy technologies is the largest source of investment capital right now. And we got to make sure that the United States is getting that share of investment money, or it's going to be going to other countries.
If you're a farmer, one of your biggest expenses has gone from I don't know what to transportation.
To transportate, well, I was talking to a farmer out in Yuma County a couple weeks ago who mentioned that when he was doing his budgeting last year, he budgeted $2.85 a gallon for diesel. Well, it's more than double that. The price of fertilizer, which is petroleum-based, has more than doubled. And so even if commodity prices are up a little bit, the inputs, the farming inputs are so high that people are losing money. A quarter of the cost of our food has to do with the transportation costs. So the food costs are the price of gas.
Betsy, we were just talking about the VA benefits for the returning Iraq soldiers. I mean, I've got to say this, McCain has voted just about every time against every veterans benefits package, and he's a veteran himself. It makes no sense. What do we have to do for our returning soldiers coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan?
Well, first of all, it's our moral obligation to make sure that we are taking care of our veterans when they're returning home. Men and women who signed up to serve in our military and go overseas and be put in harm's way, they did that with knowing that they were going to be taken care of when they returned home, and so we need to do that. We need to make sure that we are providing full health care benefits. I would have voted this year for the GI Bill, which provides educational benefits for returning vets as well. We did this after World War II, and I think that returning veterans were part of the great middle class that was created in the 1950s, and we know it's in our best interest to invest in our middle class and our veterans to make this country stronger. So things like the GI Bill are something that we need to do because it makes sense for this country and because it's our moral obligation.
And those guys, those men and women, mothers and fathers, and our sons and daughters that are fighting over there are patriots, and they signed up because they believe in America, and they don't look at the box Democrat, Republican, or anything like that. They're there to do their job and do their duty, and it's our responsibility for our leaders and the citizens. And I guarantee you, if you put this on just a straight up ballot measure, vote for veterans benefits, it would pass with flying colors. And for it not to be passed is just a moral shame. And those guys are patriots. They deserve to come home and have the top level health care and as many benefits as they can get for the service they did to this country.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm very excited about your candidacy, and I know that the voting people of CD4 are going to want to see you in person at some time. Are there any events that you've got coming up maybe in the next week or two or with the convention? I know of one event next Sunday, but we'll let you guys. Is there any events that people in the community can see?
Yeah, and there's always events on my website. So people should go to the website, which is www.markeyforcongress.com, and that's MARKEYFOR Congress.com. Click on events. You can find out where I'm going to be over the next couple of weeks. One event that I think people might be interested in attending, I'm excited about as well, is next Wednesday. I'm holding an energy town hall meeting with Senator Salazar, and we're specifically talking about energy, the new energy economy, and it's going to be in Windsor at the Windsor Community Rec Center from 2:30 to 3:30 next Wednesday, August 20th. Looking forward to that, to discussing the energy issues facing this country with Senator Salazar.
Betsy, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me on, Wade. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. See you next time.